What is up, everybody, and a Merry freaking Christmas to all. We have ourselves finally the tail end of the bowl season. We have the New York Six Bowls and college football playoff predictions. Most of these bowl games probably are irrelevant just because it's not a 12-team playoff, but we're going to go through them anyway. December 29th, not even on New Year's Day, not even December 30th. Just screw these teams over. We have Ohio State versus Missouri. I have Ohio State losing this one pretty convincingly against Missouri. It's not going to be like a blowout, but Missouri's going to look very dominant in this game at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Ohio State lost their starting QB. I don't know what their backup's going to do. Analytically, they're still very strong, but they've lost a lot of people to the portal. Missouri didn't lose as many to the portal. And I just believe that Missouri is just going to overall win this game. It's going to be very close. But, yeah, Ohio State, unfortunately, has lost some key elements to their offense and defense. Next bowl game is on December 30th at noon. We have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Ole Miss versus Penn State. I have Ole Miss dominating this game. Unfortunately, I am a Big Ten guy. I do like the Big Ten. But I just don't think Penn State's going to be able to do it. I know Penn State's favored in this game. I think Ole Miss is actually going to win by 2 scores. Penn State, if you watch that game against Michigan, you watch that game against Ohio State, you look at a team who just can't move the ball. Just can't do it. Michigan ran Penn State to the ground. And then Penn State just couldn't move the ball. It's unfortunate. Penn State's like a better Iowa, essentially, when it came to some of those matchups, but I do think Iowa's defense is still better than Penn State's, not going to lie, because we were holding Michigan to, holding them down. But, yeah, Ole Miss is going to win this. If they're gonna take advantage of Penn State's weaknesses, and I don't think Penn State has time to fix them. Next big matchup on the 30th, 4 o'clock, we have Georgia, number 5, versus number 6, Florida State at the Capital One Orange Bowl. Florida State sucks. They're not going to win. Their team is in shambles. The fans are going to boycott. The team is barely going to show up to this game because they should have been in the playoffs. I think they should have been in the playoffs. I was not even care that they were going to lose the first round. But people keep bringing up TCU. TCU won the first round. I get it. They got dominated in the championship, but the team who played TCU should have beat them. If they weren't deserving or better, they won the first round of the playoffs. Those is crap that people keep bringing up TCU. TCU didn't win the first round of the playoffs. Imagine Florida State goes in there against Michigan and beats them, and then they get 60-0 against whoever won that other side. Imagine they'll go, oh, Florida State shouldn't have been there. They just beat number 1 team overall. They just beat the number 1 team overall. I know if TCU was a 2-3 matchup, but still, it's one of those things where come on, guys. But I do think Georgia's going to win this easily by at least 3 scores, no question. It has at -14. I would take that if I was a Gailey man. I would take that because Florida State is struggling, especially since their team is no moral right there. First January bowl game we do have is Liberty, the undefeated Liberty versus Oregon in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Oregon's -17 in this game. It's a 1 o'clock game. And I believe in the Liberty, let's go! I believe 31-28. That's the pick that I have. Liberty, freaking 14-0 at the end of the season. Real national title winners. If they keep this momentum going, they will be, yet again, as long as Tulane doesn't do well because they have a better schedule, to Liberty in college football playoffs, baby. Maybe Tulane could be maybe both of them get into the top 10 because then they'll both be in there. 2 group of 5 teams in the college football playoffs. That'd be insane. But yeah, I think Liberty's gonna win this game. I believe. First playoff game, we have Michigan versus the Crimson Tide. Neither team has lost anyone to the portal. It's gonna be the Rose Bowl, baby. 1 versus 4. So the victor goes to the national title game. I have Michigan winning 42-38. I just think personally that I think Michigan has a pretty solid offense. Like, I know Iowa's holding them, but Alabama's defense, no Iowa. Like, let's just keep it honest here. Iowa's defense is very fundamental, very sound, very, very good. Alabama has a good defense, but it's not no Iowa. And I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I would take the over in this. Easy. Michigan averages roughly like 40 points a game. Somewhere around there, high 30s. And Alabama scores a lot of points too. So I would argue that these games will be very explosive. And yeah, 42-38, that's my pick. 5 o'clock, January 1. Be there, be square kind of thing. Last game we have is Texas versus Washington at the All-State Sugar Bowl. 8:45 Eastern. 2 versus 3. Winner goes to the national title. I have Texas winning this. Like, I'm not a big Texas guy, but I think Texas is going to win this game. Washington has been looking a little rough against most of their opponents. Somehow, they're like the Cinderella story. Somehow, they're winning their games. I still believe that Oregon's a better team, but it's just, I don't know. Washington just keeps winning. I got the Texas Longhorns coming out on top. The team that beat Alabama at home. The team that somehow defied the odds just as much as Washington. Going toe-to-toe with TCU. But dominated Texas Tech. Dominated Oklahoma State. They're showing out. Show out. I think they're going to win 35-28. Easy. My prediction for the national title is Texas versus Michigan. The game of the year. And I have Big Ten football winning it all, just because it'd be hilarious for Jim Harbaugh's team to win, because the NCAA has to do a couple investigations. But I do think that the Big Ten is a superior conference to the Big 12. But I think it's gonna be a good game. It's not gonna be a blowout, but it'll be fun. But if Alabama were to win, I wouldn't want the rematch. So if Alabama beats Michigan, I would want Washington to win, because I don't want a Texas-Alabama rematch. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. It would be fun. It would be interesting to see it because they played earlier that year. But like, I like to have new matchups. That's why I like the playoffs, because you get to see teams that don't normally play each other. So that's just my take on it, and that's gonna be it for this video. Please like and subscribe. Please put comments below what we should talk about in the off season. Peace.